Welcome to North Star Knife Reviews. Got a little treat for you today. This is a Remington Stren angler's knife, and we're going to take a little look at it. But before we do, I'd like to talk just a little bit about the history of Remington knives. As most of you probably know, Remington Arms started making firearms back in the early 1800s and made them for a long, long time. They still make them today. In 1920, after World War I, they had a lot of excess capacity and they decided to start manufacturing knives. They were very high quality, they were highly popular, and by 1930 they were making about 3 million knives a year. Now in 1922 they started producing a bullet knife, and this knife had a shield on it that resembled a 1903 .30 caliber cartridge. By the time of the Great Depression, led to a lot of dealer closing, sales dropping, and Remington decided to get out of the knife making business. In 1933, DuPont bought a controlling share. They cut the production, cut some of the quality, and in 1940 they started ramping up small arms productions for World War II and completely got out of the knife business, sold it all to all the equipment to Cutlery. In the 1970s, Remington licensed the name, and in 1982 they started making reproductions of their bullet knives. These were very popular. Camillus made them until 2007. Bear & Son took over and made them until 2017, and they're presently made by Buck. Now, I collect bullet knives. I have a number of them, and we'll probably review some of them in coming weeks. This is not a bullet knife, although it is a Remington. It is the angler's knife. Now, this knife came out in 1995, and it was brought out to mark the introduction of a series of fishing knives that Remington was making. Well, actually, Camillus was making them with the Remington license. The shield, as you can see, says Stren. Stren is a maker of fishing line, and it also has a fish going for a hook on it. It's a powder horn frame, as you can see, very similar in size and shape to a large toothpick knife. The frame is made of Delrin, and it is jigged, as you can see. It has 3 pins in it on each side. And the fit and finish on this is pretty good. There is some slight gapping on the spring, but not bad at all. And I'm actually quite happy with it. The main blade, as you can see, is a large California clip style blade. You can see the blade etch. Get it to focus here. The blade etch Remington, the tang stamp Remington UMC in the circle, made in USA. So this is an American made knife. As I said, it was made by Camillus. On the back side of the main blade, you can see that it says limited edition, 1 of 5,000. So they made 5,000 of these knives. You can see at the very tip of the main blade, it is serrated. The last, inch and a half or so of this is serrated, and it is about a 4-inch blade. Okay. The main problem that I have with this knife is that the spring on the main blade is pretty weak. You can see this, really not a whole lot of snap to it. Other than that, though, it is a very good knife. It has nickel silver bolsters. As you can see those, they are in pretty good shape. A little bit of scratching, but not too much. And then the secondary blade, as you can see, is a fish scaler with a little nail neck, has a hook remover at the end, and a cap lifter, because of course, if you're out fishing, you're going to have yourself a beer. It really is quite a nice knife, except, as I said, for the spring on the main blade. The spring on the secondary blade is much better. Does get a click, you do get some decent walk and talk. Wish the main blade was the same way, but it is not. But I suppose that's neither here nor there. It's still a decent knife. And as I said, this was made in 1995, so it is about 25 years old at this point. Very nice knife, a nice bit of history. And, if you are somebody who fishes, or somebody who fishes, be, I think, quite a nice addition to the collection. Hope you found this interesting. If you did, feel free to subscribe. I'd love for you to do that. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you next time.